Okay, so to use the book ideas generator, it's actually pretty straightforward. You just, if you're on my website, you'll navigate down to the window so you can see it clearly. Then we'll just make sure your mouse is inside, or if you're on the tablet or a phone, you'll just, it'll actually be a lot easier to navigate because you'll have all this will be gone. If you're on the native products dash site, that's also probably simpler because you have a little bit more workspace. But it's going to be the same exact system. So whether you're on my site or the products dash site, it's going to have the same interactivity. We'll go ahead and just go here since you probably have a few more things to look at on this site. So if you want to use the generator, it's pretty simple. If you're a reader, first you just come over to, you can either click on the main sections here, or you can go straight to ideas. It's up to you. The other thing you can do is go see what's new in the updates. For the most part, if there's a brand new update, you should see a little blue circle in the corner, and you just press on and a little widget will pop out. I'm not sure why I don't have it here, so it might be that it only shows when there's something new. But keep an eye on that just in case. If you don't see it, you can always come to the updates tab and just skim to see what's the latest on this page. Either way, you'll still get to see what's new. But from the roadmap, all you got to do is, if you have a topic you're interested in, you click on the window and it'll give you an overview of what that category is. And then you go to the ideas tab to see what the going ideas are. And then comments, I don't think there will be very many comments, not from me anyway, on the main topic sections. Most of the comments will be within the ideas themselves. So if you click on an idea, you can get more information about what the idea is about. And then you can check the comments here to see if there's something, some kind of update. Typically, this will also be empty unless users want to comment on the idea, which I'm not going to discourage, but I really kind of want to save the comments for author announcements. But you guys, I don't want to shut you down the conversation. So if you guys want to talk about a topic, that's fair game. Just make sure that you realize that this is where I'm going to be putting any announcements for authors. So if you are an author, this is, make sure when you contact me for an idea that you're interested in, you give me your website, and I'm going to list your website and your name in the section here. And then for readers, if you want to find out whether or not that book is in production or whatever, that's again where you'll go. But in that regard, if you are looking for ideas that are in production, you'll go over to the ideas in production section here. And again, you can check to see which ideas are being worked on. So in this case, superhero epic thriller series, you can get an overview of what that is and then see who's working on it. Turns out it's me. I'm the one working on this, but it's actually based on a series I already have out, but I'm redoing it. So, that's why it's not officially in place. But that's, the epic hero super adventure. And, you just click X to knock all that out. But that's really the easy way to navigate the roadmap. And then if you want to place a topic, what you do is you can go to the ideas section, or you can add an idea. We'll add an idea straight. And it'll take you to the ideas board anyway. And you can see this is an overview of everything that's been proposed until I close it. I'll probably close it once it becomes a book, just so we don't clutter up the list, or I may make a second board if that's the case. But either way, this is where you can get an idea of everything. But when you place an idea, you'll have to put your name and email, and your name can be whatever you want it to be. It doesn't have to be your real name. Right? Your email, though, needs to be valid. And then for the title has to be something that's going to get readers' attention, and more specifically, authors' attention. I would say you want reader attention, too, because the idea is you want to make sure your other readers are interested. Also, because the more people who are interested in an idea, the more likely an author will want to take it on. So, and I'm going to show you how to do that in just a second. But when you make your idea, just give it some kind of title that clarifies what it is. So what you don't want to do is don't write the word comedy and then hit save, because that doesn't tell me anything. Of course, it's a genre, it's a type of story. You don't want to be something more specific. So you can do like comedy, two bus riders plot to steal the bus. Okay, and then that might be your title. But But that's kind of specific. That's more premise based. If you want to do something a little more basic than that, you could do thief comedy at a motel, something like that. And that can be straightforward. It gives us something to work with. Ultimately, just have your title be something that's going to get people to want to click, which means it's specific enough that it's about something, but not so specific that you give the whole thing away. Same thing with the details. We're going to need to know more about what your topic should have. So tell us who your protagonist is, whether it's male, female, firefighter, police officer, and give us a location. Is it New York, Boston, Europe? Whatever makes it seem a little more like it could become something in particular. Bear in mind that if an author takes up your idea, they still have license to do whatever they want with it. It's just you're giving them something to work with. That's all it is. And more importantly, you're showing them what you want. The thing with an author is authors, they want to write books that are going to be read. And, if somebody, writes a story about a graham cracker that, self-breaks, and it's like 3 paragraphs long, I don't know anybody's going to want to read that. That's, kind of weird. So it's a great idea to find out what ideas are worth reading and which ones are basically not going to happen. Now, if you're an author and you want to use a system for your own idea gathering, that is perfectly fine. Do the same thing. Just, put a title that you're working on, not the actual book title, but the idea, and then whatever details you have, and then, see if anybody clicks on it and see if they respond. Because, as an author, we want to make sure that we have ideas that people are interested in. And by having an idea or having a system that allows us to test the idea with readers and right out the gate, that's actually really helpful knowledge, because then we can find out if we're even wasting our time on this idea. So that's really pretty much a strategy. Obviously, you can tell me that you're working on it, and I can put it right into the ideas and production card if you want, or you can hold off for a little while just to see if people respond at all, and just leave it up in the in the primary board for open topics, and that's also perfectly fine. But this is a nice way to get reader attention. And so the way that's going to work is, whether you're a reader or writer submitting ideas, once your idea is submitted, I have to first of all approve it. So I'll give you more information on that here in a second. But once it gets approved, it will go into the main list here, and then it'll also be categorized depending on how I categorize it. And then when you scroll through the list and you see an idea you really like, let's say you really like the spy thriller Antarctica focus, and when you click on it and you get the details and you think, hey, that sounds like something I really want to read, then what you're going to do is you're going to upvote it. So if you click on the button here, or you can do it from within the card itself, either way, whether you do it here or here, either one works. We'll just for now do it outside. You click on it, and it's going to add a vote. And now the idea is one vote closer to being popular. And the more votes that go up, the more likely someone's going to write it. Or again, if you're the author, the more likely your readers will want to read it. So that's important. And then, so fill out your name, your email, fake name, whatever, title, the whatever the synopsis is. And again, keep it simple. Don't tell us the entire story. Just give us enough to make it interesting. And you can include your premise or not. Again, you can keep it. If you look at the samples that I gave you on the bottom 3 there's probably plenty there that you can get a sense of what the book is. If you're worried that it's not going to be good enough to really get attention, then just give us what we need to know to make it interesting, if that's what you want. And then again, if there's an author who really wants it, then by all means, I'll take it. Once you're done, though, you have to make sure you click on the acknowledge, and then you have to submit. So this is just agreeing to the terms of service and privacy policy that Product Stash has. This is not my term of service to privacy policy. This was the one that's embedded with the Product Stash app that this has been designed on. So, and just for your info, there's a little note down here. If you're on the website, you can actually check out Product Stash on the little note. I think they're really good. This video is not about them, but I do think that they're worth checking out if you're an app developer or anyone with a really good idea that you want to keep track. So that's pretty much how to use this. Now, the other thing is if you just need a clear idea of what this is about. I just gave it the information, but if you just want to be reminded, you can always click down the summary. I have another video that's a little longer that really goes into other things, but this is the straightforward version. Just a note on the categories. Open topic is everybody, and so if you have if you want to know what hasn't been taken yet or what hasn't been announced as taken, come here. If you want to know what the really popular ones are, you go to Reader's Favorite. This is going to be the top 10 rated votes. There has to be certain conditions in place for that to happen. So a vote needs at least 10 votes, or sorry, an idea needs at least 10 votes to make it on this list. It needs to be in the top 10 of the all-time votes. And then once the readership gets momentum and I start to see more than 100 people, or if one idea has more than 100 votes, then it's going to be based on the 10% rule. So just keep that in mind. But it will be the top 10 of those that have either 10% or 10 votes, depending on what's lower. So, or higher. Sorry, whichever one's higher. And then with trending stars, this is going to be the ideas that have a lot of attention really quickly. So this is going to be based on comparison to other ideas. I obviously won't know like how many have been voted on within a certain time limit, but I can get an idea of what the numbers are in conjunction to other ideas at the same time. So if I have 5 ideas on the board, 3 of them get maybe 3 votes in a day, and then 1 gets 5, and then 1 gets 15. Well, clearly the 15 is in the trending of the 5, and then because it's over 10 votes, I would put that in the trending stars. So that's how that's going to work. So what this, the whole purpose of trending stars is, if you want to know what's hot right now and you're looking for something that has a lot of attention, then that would be the place to go. My personal opinion is we're going to be more probably this category up here, the reader's favorite, will probably be more useful to you, because the thing with trending is sometimes it's based on whatever is in the moment, and that moment may go away by the time you finish your book. So it might be better just to stick with the reader's favorites, but this will be here as an option if that's what you want. Generally, readers' favorites will take precedent over trending stars if I have to choose between the two. Possibly, but it may also be too that the demand's so high that it's worth checking. I would just either way see what the comparison is. If you do see one in trending stars, see how many votes it has compared to the readers' favorites, and it may be still worth going into. Ideas in production again are the ones that people are working on. So you already saw that I've got my superhero epic. Authors' favorites are the ones where an idea has 3 or more authors attached. So if I get 3 or more authors telling me they want to work on the same idea, then I'm going to move that into the author's favorites, because that shows that not only do the readers have a trend, but now the books themselves have a trend. And so that's something where if you're looking for the next trend, this is where you would go for that. And then finally, resultant books are the ones that actually have been produced. And so I'll typically retire a card. I'm leaving amusement open for now. This is the Quirky Thriller Star Animated Cat. It's based on a book that I actually have out. I'm leaving it here open for now just to make sure you guys have something to look at, so you can kind of see what the whole thing is about. But typically a book that actually gets produced and I find out, I'll retire that idea. Probably, unless y'all tell me don't do it because you want to know more of I think it'll still be on the card, is my point. Is I just think it takes it off the idea board so that it doesn't clutter the board. So but we'll test it. I don't expect to have that be a problem anytime soon. So anyway, but that's how to use the book ideas generator. So I do hope you all use it, and I hope you let your writer friends and reader friends know more about it, and I hope it becomes something that the community really likes and supports. So if it works out, we'll do one for games and we'll do one for movies. So just let me know what you think. So anyway, that's how you use it, and go ahead and start laying your ideas out. And and just before I forget to tell you, remember to be kind of in your ideas, and don't submit anything that's going to get people rejected or banned from Amazon. I'm not the type of person who likes to censor, so I'm not going to be too picky about wacky ideas or anything like that. And I'm not going to judge your intentions at all, so I'm not going to call you offensive or anything. Whether I agree or not, that's not really what this is about. You can put whatever ideas you want, and I just, a point of note is the site is absolved of your ideas, so I'll let them go through, but we're not responsible for any conflict that you might have with another reader or author based on your idea. But what I will not approve is anything that's taboo or legal or anything of that nature. I shouldn't have to spell out what those ideas are, but the rule of thumb is if Amazon won't let you post it, I won't either. So that's really the key. Okay, hope that's clear. But other than that, I'm not going to judge your intentions. I'm not going to pretend that I know what you mean or anything like that. I mean, this is your idea. Your name's going to be on it, or Daffy Duck's name. Somebody's name's going to be on it, but it won't be mine. So just be aware. You have freedoms, just don't abuse them. Okay. Hope all is well, and hope this goes well. All right. Bye.